All right. Where did we leave off last week? We
did the whole thing.
the whole thing.
They're like funguses or something? It's like
Yes. You found a group of scientists on the plains of Icewind Dale, mining diamonds and doing research. They had a peculiar fungus of some sort, some weird disease that was causing them to change shape and go all 28 days later on you. Kind of the thing, and changed into strange creatures, which were very ultra aggressive. But you did manage to defeat them for the most part. It did decimate it obliterated the camp pretty much. So the last thing you remember is that the three surviving scientists were walking off in the distance, and you saw their two huskies, which recently had been killed, following.
Oh, they're dead.
Yep.
So you get up the next morning, rifle through the remaining things that are left at the camp. There's not a whole lot they've left. They've taken everything that they could have that was precious to them, that could be salvaged or sold. They owe a lot of money to the Blades in Daggerford. You know of the Blades as Zion. You know of the Blades as a very large thieves guild. They pretty much have operatives in every single town and city. Their base of operations is Daggerford. If they have a base of operations, but they have operatives spread, much larger than the Seven Snakes. In fact, the Seven Snakes may even be a part of the Blades. Blades are a secret organization, the Illuminati of the North. One thing you do find, however, that is of significance is a map of the North.
Oh. This is a lot.
You are currently just to the west of Bryn Shander in Icewind Dale, in the far northern corner of the...
From the west bridge? Wait.
northwest corner of the map. Far north.
Oh, it's one guy.
Way north. Like up at the top north. Yeah.
Oh, Icewind Dale. There it is.
Oh, okay. Okay, Grand Chamber. Oh.
You also, when you wake up in the morning, there is an absence. The last person to stand guard was Ricardo, and he's
Gone again.
gone again.
Ricardo keeps getting kidnapped.
Gosh dang it.
We should head to that town down there.
He's probably chasing after more chicken.
Yeah, more chickens.
Chickens in an ice tundra?
Yeah,
Frosty chickens.
Oh no.
Oh, jeez.
he just wants frozen chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
So, you know that it is a very long journey to Waterdeep and Daggerford by foot. Yeah, but you don't really have any guides here to that know directions or any of the trails or survival skills.
Can I roll for survival? I don't have my dice.
Oh.
I mean, might as well give it a shot.
Yeah, we don't have any freezing out here.
Speaking of which,
Alright. No,
Where's
speed is.
mine?
You can look through the entire box. I feel like it might be at the bottom.
They're not in there.
I guess I'll scrub it in. Blah. Having technical difficulties. Or just difficulties.
Minor setbacks, guys. Minor setbacks.
Okay. So it's wisdom. Actually, who has the highest wisdom?
I have a 5+2.
I have 13.
I have a +2.
Oh, I mean, I have +1.
Yeah,
This is a
you have a
14
0.
+2. Mine's a 15 +2.
Oh,
So it's 12 +2.
What just fell? My
Pencil.
pencil.
15 +2.
Okay. It's really, really hard to tell which direction's what. You can somewhat divine which way west and east is by the sun that rises on the horizon, but the sun's only up for about 4 hours. It rises and then it just 4 hours later it sets and it is
Huh.
on the horizon.
are we in town right now?
No, you are in the plains of Icewind Dale in a really burned up, beat up scientific outpost.
mm-hmm.
Did I look around through the leftover of the supplies and see if we can find a compass?
You can, but there isn't one.
Oh.
Oh,
They've taken everything. The remaining 3 scientists have taken everything from the camp
So which way were the...
of value.
Where were the scientists?
They left last night.
To where?
They were heading to Daggerford.
Is that where we need to go?
You need to go to Waterdeep.
Are there any paths that lead into somewhere else?
This is a huge ice plain. You don't even see it there. The terrain looks very similar, and it shifts from day to day
Oh.
because the snow drifts change as the wind blows.
Well then. It appears that we're lost.
Yeah, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
Do something.
Look, we have 2 magicians over here. Why can't you?
As
figure
you are
something out?
trying to decide which way to go,
Oh.
you look to the horizon, which you believe is the eastern horizon, and you see a very, very large white lizard-like, well, reptilian creature that looks like it is a very dull white color with blue spikes sticking off of it. Wingspan about 200 feet, flying on the horizon.
Coming towards us?
As you first notice it, it flies up just into the sunlight, and it appears to kind of start to circle in your direction.
Oh, probably saw the giant explosion.
You can see that the head of this creature is probably 20 to 30 feet long and has this big, sharp, white spike with just one spike that sticks out the back of the head. Massive fangs, like 10-foot long icicles, hang from its mouth. It is utterly frightening visage of a white dragon. Massive white dragon. It has noticed you, and it is approaching.
Hey, that other direction seems like a nice way to go.
Yeah, I'd say so.
You running?
I don't trust this thing. I'm running too.
Dive into the snow. Bury yourselves in snow.
Being like a peacock, just.
That's an ostrich.
Oh shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Can I roll to hide in the snow?
If you want to, yeah.
So 8.
Okay. You dive into the snow and kind of hit ice, and your legs are sticking up out of the snow, just kind of kicking. You dig, and it's just solid ice on the ground.
I touch my forehead and cast invisibility on myself.
Okay.
You suck.
So,
Wow.
I'm gonna just stare it down.
Oh jeez, fearless.
you know this much?
I mean, I'm just
10%, my guy.
standing there, I guess. Just scared.
If it tries to poison me, it's okay.
Poison.
Or disease me.
It's an ice dragon.
I don't care.
Alright. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Heck.
Uh-oh.
11.
Okay.
Oh wait, no. 13.
For what?
Wisdom saving throw. I
Okay.
have a +4 in wisdom.
As the dragon gets closer and closer, within about a mile, it's way up in the sky, and it folds its wings, straightens its tail, and goes into a dive as it swoops down towards you, and you feel absolute terror
Oh.
in your heart, and you freak out. You start running in the opposite direction, off into the snow.
Okay, well, obviously I can't get in the snow, so. So is it diving for all of us or just her?
It's just diving for her.
Oh.
It gets about maybe 100 feet off the ground, and as it does, it's just this huge shadow. You see as you're running, you just see this huge shadow, and it comes down and it swoops past you and back up into the sky again. And you feel this huge wind just knock you down in the snow, and you go skidding across the snow and still scampering to get up. You think you hear like giddy laughter as it swoops back up, turns around, and now it's headed straight for you.
I'm invisible.
Yes, you are.
Uh-oh.
Which is amazing, because it's, you lock eyes with it. And it's,
Oh, shit.
as you lock eyes with it and it flies back up, it turns around and locks eyes with you, and you know that it has absolutely no problem seeing you. It locks eyes with you and comes swooping at you from the other direction. I need a wisdom saving throw.
Can I try to dig into the snow?
I mean, you're.
It's maybe 6 inches of snow over
18.
solid ice.
She
You
is
also
I was
I
gonna.
was hiding in the snow.
I was gonna.
absolute fear
I was.
18.
at 18.
I was gonna say.
Is
I guess she could try because.
This
of
is
how
an
foxes are.
ancient white dragon, and its spell DC is 28.
Yeah, I can't
Jeez.
pass that even if I wanted to.
I don't think I could sneak with that.
I'm gonna do the fox thing and jump into the snow.
Okay,
It's the best way to hide from her.
you're not hiding. There's nowhere to hide. There's maybe 6 inches total of snow on top of solid ice.
Unless she turns
So
completely
his-
into a fox. You
His
can't do that.
spell
His
is
spell
Alright.
DC
to
is
save for that.
28.
You're gonna have to roll a natural 20 to avoid it.
Yeah.
Not even I would be able to, even with my +7.
Jeez.
Zion,
You have to critical
okay,
succeed.
what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to hide. I don't think it'll work, but I'll try to.
Okay.
Yeah, let me just pull this up really quick. It's bugging my legs.
If I don't see it, I can't hear it.
Come on. Don't get it to you this time. $23.
You feel like you are super, super well hidden.
Oh.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
You notice that the dragon, as it's focused on him, side glances over at you, trying to hide yourself.
Great.
Again, this big toothy smile. And it swoops down at you, and it smacks this. As it swoops up, it uses its tail and bashes the ground with its tail, and ice and snow fly up all around you. Didn't hit you, but it's just explosion of snow as he flies over.
He's not trying to kill us, he's just trying to mess with
I
us.
think he's playing.
Behold and fear.
Can I use my crown? Can I use my crown after he says that? Okay, make a save. DC's 12. I don't know.
You
You gotta check the
I
bonuses.
have no idea what kind of
My
save.
monster manual.
I don't know what kind of save. You never told me what kind of save it is.
Oh, for that.
It just says 12 save DC.
It's 12 is the DC.
Dang.
For what's the spell? Control dragons?
No, it's not that. It's the crown. It's just you said the save DC. I have to roll 1d6 for
Isn't
it
that
to be
Frost Giant?
submission or freeze or run away.
I thought
Oh,
that was
that
Frost
works
Giant.
on. That works
That
on.
works on white dragons.
White dragons.
Oh,
That's the
Okay.
DM guide.
wait a minute.
Yeah, that crown I got from the giant.
Works on white
It
dragons
works
too.
on white dragons and
Where's
ice
my
giants.
monster manual?
Should
It is. Yeah, run downstairs and see if my monster manual's down
Is
there.
that it under
I'm
the?
gonna I'm gonna say it's got a really big bonus to its,
It would have been freeze.
but it would have been freeze.
Yeah.
But
Here we go.
Grab if you missed it. Okay.
Yeah, I think we missed it.
Time to find out if he succeeds in your save, which he probably does, but who knows?
What did you get?
I
Like
don't
a 4?
The +8 plus 4, that's 12.
ancient white.
What kind of save is he?
It's a wisdom.
Oh, it is.
Alright, so as the dragon flies down and you use your
Crown of the
Crown.
Blazing Blizzard.
it so it swoops down, and as it's swooping up, it locks up, and it just kind of, for just a second, no, actually this would last for a minute. So at the speed that it's going, it swoops down, and it just starts gliding in a straight line, and it's frozen in place. And
So wait, what did he say before that happened?
Fear! You hear something like that.
it said, "Fear and behold,"
Yeah, behold my power.
and you're necklace glows and,
His
and
crap,
it
his neck.
swoops up and it just like freezes in a glide position. And it's like, oh! And it, it goes off into the horizon.
Run, while he's stunned.
Oh,
Yeah, we should
jeez.
probably run.
Yeah, when this wears off, you guys are in trouble.
Yeah.
Run.
Yeah, I'm running.
We're all
I
run.
was hoping to get a 6 or 5, which makes him run away at his top speed.
Yeah, I just
Just
use.
disappeared. Boop.
I would freaking use dash, man.
Okay.
We're
So
dashing, we're sprinting.
Yeah.
I'm running.
you turn in the opposite direction and just start running across the snow and ice. About 15 minutes goes by and you notice on the horizon, well, the first thing is that Skittles, you smell forest or pine. You don't see pine, but you can smell it as the wind is coming off the ocean to far to the west. You can smell this. The first thing you smell is the ocean breeze, but there's pine filling this ocean breeze, and you don't see it, but what you notice, Riardo, is there is a shimmer of air, like a mirage of air on the horizon.
Kind of like an illusion.
Kind of like some kind of illusion.
I'm
As
thinking
you notice this, you turn behind you and you see a very angry white dragon,
Oh.
and it's flapping full speed
I didn't mean it!
along the ground at ground level towards you.
Can I yell something as I keep running?
To
To these peoples.
What?
Run towards the illusionary terrain.
The what?
The what?
Illusionary terrain.
I
That
smell home.
weird shimmer over there.
Yeah, this
Shimmer
way.
over where?
Just follow me.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
pretty. That's why you don't mess with dragons, alright?
Wait a minute. Isn't your speed lower than us?
Yes.
I'm ahead of you.
She's just
I'm
running.
following you!
alright, so
You have the lowest speed of all of us.
Yeah, 35.
what are your
Wait, 35?
constitutions?
You're faster than all of us. We have 30.
What? Oh.
I thought you had 25.
What
Wait.
are your constitutions?
Constitutions? Like, just natural?
17.
15.
10.
15 plus 2.
Okay.
You were not very good.
I want athletics checks from everybody.
Athletics, which is strength.
Cool.
Dang it!
Cool.
Am I-
-2 to my roll.
I might not be good for my constitution, but I'm good with my dexterity.
Ooh.
Ooh.
For athletics,
Athletics.
Okay.
Uh,
17.
7.
6?
I got
Oh, you
4.
barely got
Or 14.
it.
14.
14. Okay, so you two are in the lead, just full dash, running as fast as you can towards this. It looks like a shimmering wall that stretches the
Yes,
whole of the horizon as you're running. You two are getting further and further behind,
Oh.
and the dragon is getting closer and closer to
Oh.
you.
Do I see that they're falling behind?
Yeah, sure, if you want to.
Please
You
don't
turn around.
hunt me. Please don't hunt me.
Okay.
Oh, dang.
Even though I have the fastest speed, I'm still the slowest.
So,
And it's like
from,
14.
okay, so where we're running, there's nothing, it's just a flat land, nothing, we're not gonna run into anything.
Yeah. You've got maybe 500 yards to the
Okay,
um, the wall, and the dragon is probably about 2 miles behind you, but
Oh.
closing in fast.
Isn't a yard?
It's gonna,
Whoa, okay.
hello,
What just happened?
the
The phone
ghost.
fell.
Oh.
The weight of the phone pulled it down.
Hi, how are ya?
ya?
Here you go, let me just
It's the
put
tape.
you back up.
The tape is loose.
Audio visual guy.
Yeah.
technical difficulties, it's probably gonna be best
You're
if
just gonna need something to support that up with, like just something lined up beside it.
Yes, here's what we can put.
You got like a broom
Go get
handle?
in my backpack and get the front pouch, the black gorilla tip.
Yeah, you can tie it to something that's sturdy and straight. It'll hold it up.
Yeah. Speaking
Kinda like
about
a broom
gorilla,
handle and mount.
speaking about gorilla tape, where do these sponsors now?
It's just something they use, dude.
Yeah,
It just means strong tape.
it's just gorilla tape for all
Would
our,
you-
for all our needs.
Ours. Worse.
Chat.
Or at one point, we had some Chinese eating sticks. What are those
Chopsticks?
called? Chopsticks, yes. I know words.
It's
You just
great.
couldn't remember it on the top of your head. I've had that issue way too many times.
I'm
It's just a
singing.
brain fart.
Pretty much. That's right, we're bored.
Well,
Oh,
difficulties finding us.
very front pouch.
very happy this before. I think the Pink Panther was a lion.
And then we'll take a pencil. Where's the pencil?
Oh,
Big pencil. Let's use one of his
Spare ones.
spare ones. Spare
pencil.
pencil.
oh, okay.
Just some central support and tape it on so it doesn't fall like that.
So what are we doing?
Just a short intermission.
Reinforcements.
Yeah, sure, intermission. Just sing a do 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 do.
You could pause this stream.
Wow.
Richard, that.
All I see is big old head on the screen.
Oh jeez. What is going on?
Sean, look at your Chromebook screen.
I know, I see.
And he's gone.
Okay, that was awesome. I'm a child at heart, okay? I am.
It's hilarious.
It's okay, we're all children
That-
here.
that-
Well,
would be
this
like
is
a
what
spider
happens
action.
when stuff falls apart.
Yeah.
It needs fixing.
Need to fix it.
And fixing just means you go see someone's face and pull it in.
Yeah. Oh, something.
There's something
Alright.
right. Oh.
We're back in business.
Yeah.
Hopefully that doesn't.
Hopefully that stays.
Hopefully that doesn't fall
happen
around.
Yay, it shows everyone. Okay, there we go.
Yeah. Okay.
the short one.
Yep.
Oh! Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Gravity!
Everything's just like, I don't want this.
Gravity.
This
stream's going
It
great.
works.
And
Are you going what?
Again, it's just
Gravity.
Nobody
works.
breathe.
We
The
don't
tripod
have
will break.
Stay.
Even reinforcements like some
Yeah,
chopsticks.
I don't think the dragon's scary right now. It's just a freaking tripod.
Just start screaming at us.
It's okay, the dragon knocked down the
I just
tripod.
slammed my pinky between two
Hunter,
chairs.
you ever heard of World of Worlds?
Nope.
Dude, there's so many things you gotta learn.
I can't learn.
World of Worlds is so cool.
Okay.
Is it our sponsor?
No? It's a book series. it's a
No, if
TV
we're ever
show,
gonna get
movie.
sponsored, I want to be sponsored by Fizz.
Does anybody speak, read, write Draconic?
Oh, right here. Oh, both of us.
Both of you.
Yeah. I mean, I summoned a demon. I don't know about him.
I can even create ciphers in Draconic.
All right. So as you're running towards this wall, both of you see a very old wooden sign post on the ground. The sign says, in Draconic, "Wall of disintegration. Go no further."
Don't touch the wall!
Yeah, don't.
Oh yeah, we're behind. Don't touch the wall.
Don't touch the wall!
What? Okay.
It's written in Draconic, but in a very small. The claws look like are very tiny.
Cobalt.
They scratched it in there.
Oh. Sounds like it.
It just doesn't seem right. And you, as a magician, let's do an Arcana check for you.
The one thing I actually have proficiency in. 18 plus 3.
You've never heard of a wall of disintegration before, and a wall that was 20 miles long. It would have to be immense magical power. That the type of like a wish spell.
Whatever.
You have to do that.
While I'm running, can I sling a pebble at the wall and see what happens?
Sure. Yeah.
Using sling.
As soon as it hits the wall, it blinks out of existence.
That doesn't look like disintegration. There's no ashes.
Invisibility?
Either invisibility, teleportation, blink, misty step, wall. Could just be a wall with an illusion in front of it.
That's true.
Well, do we want to touch it?
Well,
The
doesn't look like
dragon's
disintegration.
definitely getting closer to you two.
Do you want to risk it? I'll leave this up to you. I'm not telling you what to do, but you decide. I'm gonna jump into the wall anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going.
Wah!
I guess I'm going in.
Wahoo!
Yeah.
All right. As soon as you disappear into the wall, the dragon pulls up. And you hear, "I've got your scent," as he turns and flies around, heads off towards. "I've got your scent. Nobody gets the better of Aviaturus."
Well, it seems like we did.
Oh.
You're not there.
You step through.
Oh.
So you dive through this wall, this illusory wall, and you just see him disappear from view.
Far off.
See you disappear from view. The dragon pulls up, probably 50 yards from you two, and so you hear the dragon say, "No one gets the better of Aviaturus," as he flies away, roaring into the air. Roar! He pretty much ignored you both.
I realize this whole time I've been running while half invisible. You've just been hearing yelling. You haven't seen me say anything.
Oh, jeez.
So you both dive through, and as you do, you all kind of fall down and land on this path of dirt. The very first thing you notice is the temperature has gone up about 80 degrees.
Oh.
Ah,
From below zero,
I actually got the map
outside
again.
of the wall, to a mild 75 to 80 degrees. You turn around and look where the wall was, and you see another sign that says, in Draconic, "End of safety. Turn back."
Is it written in the same way as the last sign?
Same way as last time. The difference is that this sign looks clean and it's not covered in ice or snow. And you see this illusory wall on this side. It looks like trees and that going off into the distance, but you can see a white, almost frosty from the. You can see it. It's like if you interlaid the trees over a blizzardy, snowy area, so that it was almost the snow was almost translucent, but you could still see it on top of the photograph. Am I describing that okay? It's like a double image.
Yeah.
The trees, but then you can also see that beyond that is this snow-covered land.
It's kind of like a two-way mirror.
Oh.
Yeah,
It's
it's a very peculiar. The smell is of a pine forest. It is suddenly just green. You see ferns and bugs and just this land of a forest.
Where
Very-
are we?
Very thick green
Yeah.
forest. Let's do perception check.
We all have 12.
All of you have 12?
Except for one of us.
Okay.
I think that's what it is. No?
Yeah, I have 12.
I
Yeah,
have 12,
Alright.
so it must be you.
I have 12.
Oh! What
I
about
think
you?
they're thinking
Think
of
it was.
Raven.
Yeah, we all 12.
Poor deal.
And you're standing on a dirt trail.
Any other signs, or just the one that says, no more safety beyond this point?
About 30 yards down the trail forks into there's three forks, and there's a sign at the crossroad. It says, "Welcome, worshippers of Iron."
Interesting name.
Anybody want to make a religion check?
Sure, I'll do it.
Why? What's your religion?
Currently it's +3.
Mine +4.
Okay, then you can do it. Man.
Does anyone have anything higher than that?
I'm still gonna roll with you because I still have proficiency in it.
Oh, you have proficiency in it?
Yeah, this is why it's an additional plus. Because look at my intelligence, dude. It's not great.
So, if you're proficient in it, wouldn't it be your proficiency bonus plus your...
You get a point.
So then that would be... that should be 4 as well.
Okay, cool. I
So
forgot
we
I'm higher level now. I didn't update
So we
that.
both have 4.
Let's
So
roll.
you still want
Let's
to do
just
it?
both roll.
Okay. I got 16 plus 4.
I got a 15 plus 4.
I'm more... The demon boy's more religious than you.
You got a
Jeez.
dirty 20 and I got a dirty 19.
In all of your studies of the gods, you've never heard of a god called Iron.
Could it be written backwards? What's iron backwards?
Neon.
Nay.
Nay.
Nay! Nay!
Okay.
What's your god's name? Yay!
Iron sounds better. Wait,
I was seeing if my lost memory would know
That
something
is
about
so
this, but
bad.
nope. Doesn't click anything.
How about let's who's got highest insight?
Insight?
I'm proficient in insight.
You do.
Perception, but not insight.
So your insight
It's a
is
+4.
wisdom plus your proficiency. That's +4.
I don't have an insight bonus.
Well, just your wisdom bonus.
Insight, your wisdom. Oh, because wisdom's +0.
So yeah, I don't have a wisdom bonus. It's just
I have-
however.
Natural
Natural
20.
20.
You definitely get the feeling that you are being watched.
Oh.
I don't like this.
You gonna say anything about it, or you shouldn't know that?
I'm gonna say it.
Now there are
Yeah, we can do
trees.
that.
There are trees both on the left and right of you. There are fields of just between the trees is just thick with green foliage, ferns and other plants and vines, and ivy that creeps up the tree. You see mistletoe in the trees. On this, like clinging to the sides of the trees. See all types of flowers. Does anybody have a nature proficiency?
No, but my nature's +4.
Not without a proficiency.
Okay.
Wait, could I do it with like perception, or is it just nature?
Just nature.
I'm a wood elf, but that's it.
It's divine what? I mean, as a wood elf, you know the basic flowers, like don't eat the wolf's bane. Got little blue bells hanging off it, and you're just like, yeah, I wouldn't eat that. There are mushrooms around, but you don't know which ones are poisonous and which ones aren't. The plants are unfamiliar to the forest that you grew up in. But you also definitely, Paladin, you sense Fae. You know,
Oh.
Hey, you're a paladin.
detecting
Yeah.
good and evil from here.
And it's not.
And it's not from him.
You have a slight evil from me apparently.
Isn't Fae like fairies and good?
It's
Celestial.
fairies, but they're not necessarily good.
Do they wait? Do fairies speak?
Do they speak celestial? Speak Feywild?
Wait, you can speak
If you guys
celestial.
want to test if something's poison, let me eat it. I'm immune.
Okay, well, how
Just
about...
start shoving all the plants.
Yeah,
Paladin over there munching on some mushrooms.
yeah.
Starts eating mushrooms. Starts eating holly.
Alright. Are you gonna eat mushrooms?
I probably shouldn't.
She's immune to poison, so she could.
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
immune to disease too.
Wow.
Jeez.
Just like
Poisonous.
Maybe a nibble.
A nibble. Yeah, how would you tell if
He
it's
starts
poisonous
eating the
or not?
fungus. You start hearing screaming from the mushrooms.
Oh, jeez.
Please don't attack
The
me.
camera is slowly pointing down again.
Oh, it's at the
Floating
top
right-
of Ruben's head.
Yeah, I
Oh,
can
man,
barely.
I should've. My head's gonna be crushed.
Oh goodness, this light needs to be fixed or replaced.
It's the stand. The light's fine. It's the stand.
Oh, thank goodness, yeah.
Yes, quite a few of these mushrooms are poisonous in the plants.
Don't eat anything.
Crunchy.
There's wolf's bane, belladonna,
Don't eat the wolf's bane. Did you eat it anyway?
mistletoe, the mushrooms. As you see a pretty large mushroom, and you pick it up and you bite into it, and as you bite into it, you feel this like crunch between your teeth.
Oh no.
And you're like, oh. And you pull just the tiniest sliver of glass
Oh.
out of your tongue. And you look at it, and it's this square little piece of glass.
Smurfs?
And
Oh,
there's
no.
something else. And you pull it out, and it looks like about a centimeter tall wooden chair. Just the
It's the Minish from Legend of Zelda, dude.
Are you
The
kidding?
tiniest, littlest wooden
I
chair.
know what this is. It's
Oh my-
Smurfs.
Or it's the Minish.
No,
I'm
it's
not
the
eating
Smurfs.
anymore.
You did as well. So my goodness.
Oh my.
And you look down on the ground, and you see this tiny, tiny little man, only maybe an inch tall, and he's holding a bundle of wood on his little tiny teeny sticks, like pine needles that have been broken up on his shoulder, and he's stopped, and he's just got this look of terror on his face
Oh no.
Oh my
as he
goodness.
looks up and looks you right in the eye, and you see him mouth the word, "Why?"
I'll just get back the chair.
Chair, like,
Then I'm gonna put down the glass.
You put the chair on the ground. He looks at it. He looks at where his house was.
I'm putting down the mushroom too.
You put the mushroom down. It's like the roof's broken, bent, windows smashed. It's got teeth marks in it. He just looks at it and looks at the chair, and he just drops the wood on the ground.
Oh no.
At this point, you notice that there are other little people.
Oh no.
They look like
oh no.
they look like people, and they
More Minish than sort
but
of.
little wings pop out of their backs, and they fly
Oh,
over.
they're fairies.
And
Jeez.
when they fly, they glow and they glitter. And they
Give me your pixie dust.
they fly over
Look at a bottle.
and they land around him, and he looks at one in shock, and the one of the female ones walks over, puts her arm around his shoulder, pats him. He just kind of curls into her shoulder and starts sobbing.
I'm so sorry.
She's all,
Are you speaking celestial?
What are speaking?
The language that they're speaking. Does anybody speak Fey or Fairy?
No.
She's saying. But the rest, and the others are looking up at you just like,
Wait, comprehend languages?
why?
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna cast comprehend languages at first level, because that's what I got.
Wait, doesn't Faye like rainbow cake? I'm gonna set it down.
The big freaking piece of
Actually, I gotta do so. Cast one spell so far. I'm good.
Explode.
As long as I roll above a 10, I'm okay. Now I have to roll above a 10.
Wow, would you destroy his house?
We didn't know.
the house. What did we ever do to you? I'm gonna sit down the rainbow cake as a piece
And
of
all
cream.
you've got this group like 50 fairies, and they're shaking their fists at you, and,
Why would you do such a thing?
and this crowd of fairies, and you can barely hear it. It just sounds like it's a whole crowd of them.
an accident.
I'm gonna sit down a gold piece too.
Let's gonna
pretty-
put a piece of rainbow cake on the ground.
The rainbow cake and a gold piece.
Pretty music.
You hear the humans. They're so disrespectful. They just take what they want and eat what they want and drink what they want and
You know, I just noticed none of us are humans.
My-
Other than him.
None of us
go
are
on here.
human. You're in your human
Big
form.
okay, big folk.
I am
Big coat.
Trixie Knight.
That's fine.
On my defense, I'm a fox. I'm sorry.
My defense, I'm a fox.
Oh my goodness.
Be gone! Go away! Don't touch anything else in our forest! Leave our forest and leave the area! Go away! We have enough to deal with without having to deal with the likes of you!
Oof.
Do you want cake and a gold piece?
What?
Cake and a gold piece?
This shit holds this giant slice of
Smoking
fruit.
a biscuit?
Yeah.
Smoking a pancake?
Did you just put a huge slice of cake down?
I'm gonna just put the
gonna feed the
cake and
entire
a gold
village.
piece on top of it and
Oh my-
leave.
It's gonna,
Top of it.
It's gonna feed the entire village for like a week.
More than a week.
Alright, well.
Ow.
Are they
Sorry.
angry?
They're still angry.
Yeah.
You destroyed one of their houses
Would mending work on a mushroom?
and mending on a mushroom.
You might fix everything that's not the
I
mushroom
mean,
part.
technically it's half house.
That's true. Half house, half mushroom.
Men's house.
Arcana check?
Yeah, Arcana check.
Oh no. 11.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, I'll try mending. Mending the mushroom. Is that
No.
a... Yeah, it is a
It's
cantrip.
So you cast mending and the mushroom straightens up the roof. The roof heals and the window repairs.
Be sure.
So that's what the piece of glass was. It was the window.
Huh.
The crowd stops yelling and you hear this really tiny. They kind of look at each other.
Start clapping.
It's just sporadic. Not everybody's clapping, but a couple of people are like, "Is this what we're supposed to do? Okay, are we supposed to clap at this?"
There you go, your home is not broken
And
anymore.
Very
the
interesting.
the one finishes comforting the other, and he looks up and picks up his stack of wood, walks into his
They don't
house.
have a lot of motion.
Stack of wood in one arm and chair in the other, and carries it into the house.
I'm still leaving the cake and a gold piece.
You're leaving a cake and a gold piece?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, no more eating mushrooms.
You're the one eating mushrooms, not us.
See that the fairies kind of walk over and poke at the cake suspiciously, smell it.
Maybe it's a fairy food.
Just start looking the house.
Start eating it.
What?
Not
We're
the
going
house,
cake.
the cake.
Yep.
The cake.
Oh.
It's okay, you'll go pieces above it too.
I mean, it's pretty neat.
They eat through the cake and it just crushes someone.
Yeah, the gold pieces, they start eating through the cake, the gold piece kind of slides off and squishes one of them.
I'm gonna pick up the gold piece and move it away.
Oh my goodness. This sounds like.
Okay, let's continue.
Yeah.
Yay.
As you move your way forward, a squirrel is standing on the road at the crossroads where it splits into three. It's just looking at you and then grows into a human
Hey, Kitsune!
Oh, true.
female.
It's a fox. Not fox, a squirrel.
Female human with a strange greenish glow to her hair. It's brown hair, but she's got a greenish glow to it. She seems to be dressed in leaves, just covering the vital bits. And she looks at you with a kind of a scowl on her face. And
Hello.
in Elvish, which you two speak,
Fishbang.
she says, I hear there was some trouble with the fairies.
I didn't do it.
I mean, there was a slight issue. I mean, one of our friends mistaken a house, basically, for a mushroom. I mean, can you blame him? I didn't say which
Come
one.
into the land devoted to the Fae, devoted to the Fae wild. And the first thing that you do is eat somebody's house.
I gave them cake.
I fixed the house.
So it's unfair,
And
right?
a gold piece.
Truly, are you worshippers of Ayn or not?
We ran away from a white dragon.
Ah, yes. Aviaturus
That's
is
pretty
his
good.
name.
The hunter became the hunted.
So, you are one of the lost.
I suppose.
I guess
Probably.
we are. If that's what you call them.
Well, many of the lost have found their way here over the years.
Wait, where were we supposed to go? Water what?
Waterdeep.
Waterdeep. How far are we from Waterdeep?
You wish to get to Waterdeep?
Mm-hmm.
That is about a 45-day walk to the south of here.
Hmm.
Of
Yeah.
course, perhaps, maybe I could get you there quicker. We do have other means of transportation from this place, although no one ever seems to want to leave.
It's very interesting. Well, what other ways of transportation are you thinking about? Are you horses or?
I do not know. You could go and see Ian. If you have a tribute for him, he or she, I don't know. Anyway, Ian is a benevolent god. And if your tribute to him is worthy, then perhaps he would help you on your way. Or, you can always join up with our society. We are all followers here of Iron.
Does Ion have a Z at the beginning?
No,
So it's not you.
I
I'm not a god.
don't No. What's a Z?
Zed?
What's a Z? No, it's not Z-ion or Z-ion. It's just ion.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, Zion. Ion.
Okay, I don't see any resemblance to our names, but I mean, it's interesting nonetheless.
Alright, where are they? Ion.
Oh, yeah.
Ion? Oh, Ion lies in the center of the forest here. He is the god of life and of the energy that he pours into this land, creating a safe haven for his followers.
Can he also disintegrate?
Yes, he's a god. He can do all sorts of things.
Yeah.
He can pretty much do anything, everything.
If we were to make a tribute, what would you suggest we give to Ion?
Something of great value. The greater the value, the more.
Would gold do it?
Oh, Ion loves gold. He loves gold and jewels and gems and all sorts of items of magical nature and scrolls or potions or wands or rods, staffs, swords, something meaningful to you. It just has to be meaningful to you. But if you give him something that means something to you, then he's very benevolent. He's willing to grant you all sorts of boons.
Okay.
This is a woman, and she looks like poison ivy, but she sounds like an old lady.
Definitely a druid.
Well, I guess let's go find Ion.
Okay.
Oh, please, I would be happy to take you to Ion. Please come spend a night in the village.
Okay. I promise not to eat mushrooms again.
And don't eat any more mushrooms. Yes, don't touch anything. Don't. You must ask permission from the wilderness, from the wild, before you take.
I'm new here.
I'm disappointed in you, Katsuni.
Oh.
Okay. I'm sorry.
This is like the wild mother all over again. Toby.
Is that what I'm thinking about?
No one give him a jar of dirt.
Oh, what?
I wonder what Kobe's character
Oh,
did.
jar of dirt.
Yeah. This campaign ended. Did you just become a botanist?
Yes.
Alright, so you make your way through. She leads you up the north trail, which is leading away from a very large and colorful mushroom that sticks out of the center of the forest. The mushroom rises above the forest, probably 100 feet tall, and stretches its canopy out right in the center of the forest. The forest is about 20 miles from side to side in a very round, perfectly round circle. Directly in the center is this large, colorful mushroom. It's got reds and purples and yellows. And then it canopies over a pine forest. The pines all rise to approximately the same height, around 50 to 60 feet, somewhere between 50 to 60 feet high. And again, there's this winding trail. It goes back and forth between the trees, through this thick foliage of ferns and other plants. As you make your way through, you do see in the forest that there are all sorts of wild little creatures, squirrels and mice and skunks and raccoons. There's also humanoid creatures, little fey folk in flowers, in trees. Some of them have little leather caps on their heads. Some of them can fly. Some of them are climbing and rappelling using vines and strings that they've made. You see little tiny houses, like doll houses, in the tree branches. Some are big, some are very tiny. And you make your way through this land. As you walk, the flowers close up around you with about 5 foot diameter around you. Any flowers that are open seem to close up as you walk. It's this very surreal. It's just this real surreal feeling, almost dreamlike, as you walk. And as you continue, you feel you start to build this euphoria, this feeling of happiness, this feeling of peace starts to fill your body, and you start to notice the beauty of this area, and as you do, as you're walking along, you're like, the first questions are, where are we going again? These first questions that start to enter your mind. And then, why are we going here? Where were we going? How did I get here?
Is a euphoria some form of disease or poisoning?
No.
It's more of a nice feeling. You get super relaxed.
But yeah, it's like you're on nitrous oxide.
Right.
It's like you're on the laughing gas right at the dentist.
Okay.
You start to feel like you're walking on clouds as you continue forward, kind of drifting. When you stop and look at first, when you stop, it feels like the world's kind of moving around you a little bit. You get a little bit of vertigo, and then you realize that it's just such a nice place to be. And you walk for a couple of miles as this druid woman leads you. And you get to, you see your first large home. Appears to be no more than a tent, a canvas tent that is set up. And you see a fairly obese guard just kind of resting up against the tree. His hair has overgrown his face. His gut sticks out under his armor. He's got this banded leather armor that he's wearing. You see that the tip of his spear is broken, and it's not sharp or anything. And he's just kind of leaning up against the tree. He's got a blade of grass out one corner of his mouth, and his loins are girded with a cloth kilt, maybe. It's plain. It looks like he maybe has ripped part of his canvas off and wrapped it around his waist. He's just got this drape, almost like the bottom part of a robe, draped around his waist. He's all, Kella, you made it back. And looks like you've brought more guests. Welcome, friends.
Oh.
He doesn't ask any questions. He doesn't. He just welcomes you.
Okay.
Alright. So you continue past the guard, walk into the town, and you see other people, mostly humans. There's a dwarf, quite a few halflings. You don't see any elves.
Oh.
And all of them are wearing the same thing, like a canvas robe, tattered on the shoulders a little bit. And they're all going about their daily business. They turn, they acknowledge that you are strangers as you walk through. They don't really say anything to you. They may wave and smile or bow. They're all calling each other brother and sister. They're not nothing by name.
A priest would.
And Kella says, "How are you feeling?"
I'm walking on clouds.
So pretty good.
Yes. This is a place of peace and joy. And
Thought I'd say I took a Tylenol before I got here for allergy relief, and it just kicked in. So the moment it started happening, I started feeling lightheaded and tired. I'm not even joking.
the magic of D&D.
The magic is really real.
There
Yeah,
we go.
you can totally put her down because she's making my
Yeah.
eyes burn.
Oh.
Okay.
The reason I took humans is for cat. And Ember went right back to the cat.
No, of course you did.
As you walk past a table, you see that there are fresh baked breads, salads. Looks like they've picked dandelions and kale and a mixture of greens.
I want to snag a piece of bread as I walk by. Just like, bread.
The bread tastes good. It's warm. It's kind of a rye bread. So it's darker and has that distinct rye
I've tried bread.
taste
It's
to it.
pretty tasty in my opinion.
There's no meats. No meats on the table. Just fruits and vegetables and broccoli and mushrooms without houses in them.
Purely vegetarian, I see.
Do they have berries?
Oh.
Berries. Lots
I'm
of
eating
berries.
the berries.
I just start scarfing down berries.
You love those berries.
Fox gets distracted by berries while I just like bread.
Okay, so as you two are eating the food, you can't seem to keep a thought in your head. After a few minutes, you can't concentrate on anything.
Just crunchy.
You don't know.
flaky bread.
You forget everything. You don't know where you came from. You start to feel like the only people you've ever known are those that are around you. You want to be more like them.
Oh. Guys, okay? You seem
I didn't need him. No, he's too good.
You seem a bit.
Hey, brother.
happy.
Hmm?
What?
Who are you?
This is. Do you said anything wrong with this? I mean, come on, these people do not look.
I'm gonna
Horrible.
just slowly look around at everyone and look at my friends and remember how they were before and realize that they're becoming a totally different mood, totally different way. Can I make a constitution saving?
Make a wisdom save.
Wisdom saving time. Well, that's a 17 plus 3.
Okay. You realize that something is definitely not right here. These two are. Everybody around is really happy. All of a sudden, a bell rings, like a dinner bell, and everybody stops, and they start singing a song.
Or our characters see the song here.
Glory to Lion who helps out this land. We think that he's special. We think that he's grand. He provides for our welfare and makes
My character's gonna join in.
smile. And certainly the two of you start singing right along, as if you've known these words all along.
We gotta get them out of here.
I don't trust this.
We gotta get you out of here.
As the song ends, all of you, except for you two, everybody kneels down on one knee and bows their head, except for Kella. Kella stands and she raises her hands and raises her head to the sky. Everybody else is bowed down, looking down, and Kella has raised her hands. And she starts, "Oh, glorious Ion, he who provides for us, thank you for the bounties of this day. Thank you for every waking hour." She starts going through this list of thank yous for every single thing that Ion has provided. Thank you for air. Thank you for water. Thank you for toenails. Thank you for eyelashes. Thank you. And she just is going on this long, ranting list.
I'm gonna quietly say thank you for letting me eat the mushroom.
You try to, but you can't speak.
You can't talk during a prayer. What are you thinking?
As you bow down and are kneeling there, you go to say that, but the thoughts leave. As soon as the thought enters your head, it leaves your head, and you're just you hear in your inner monologue say, "Listen to the words of glorious Kella."
We gotta get them out of here. Okay, while she's going on that long list, I'm gonna come here.
You're just gonna grab her?
What?
I'm just kneeling like this and you just grabbed me
What form are you in?
like this. Oh, I'm a kitsune.
So you're half
What
human,
form?
half corpse.
So half fox.
Half and half.
I was gonna say.
So, how much do you weigh?
About as much as a human.
About my weight. Maybe
Okay.
less.
I can pick you up in real life.
So just to let you know, you just rolled a 1. She starts fighting you.
He's trying to break from your grasp.
Stop.
Trying
Don't make me do this.
Oh, please don't hurt me.
Don't make me do this. Can you roll?
She's not hurting you. She just pushes. I'm trying to pray.
Don't make. Okay, I guess I have no other choice. Roll a charisma saving throw.
Why? Natural 20.
Okay, that didn't work.
Yeah.
Okay,
Did you just try to charm her?
your turn. Roll a charisma.
Is charm first level?
Yes.
Oh, roll the. For you
That percentile.
Yeah.
Oh right.
Before I do
Oh, we're
mine.
into euphoria. Is that still effective? Okay. I'm fine. That's 30. What'd you roll?
I gotta roll now that you've attempted your magic. You're casting it again?
Yes.
It's okay. And that's a charisma check, you said?
Mm-hmm.
It's an 18.
That's fine.
You're immune to charm.
That too.
Oh yeah, you're an elf.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Tries to charm me, still rolls.
Wait, is
Just so you know.
Does that still work like with half elves, or is it just resistant?
No.
Oh,
Doesn't work with half elves.
okay.
You just got lucky and didn't fall for the tricks of this beautiful fish.
Yeah.
It's just charm.
I'm gonna-
Okay, so you rolled for her. I'm gonna try to snap you out of it.
Maybe we should investigate what they're praying.
Should
Yeah,
You're the thief
you're
around
feeling the same thing.
You're the thief.
You love these people around you. In fact, you don't even know who these two are. You
And that's
don't-
what I said earlier. I was like, "Who are you?" When he asked me.
You don't sense any threat from them.
Yeah, I was just like, "Who are you?"
You're just like, oh, strangers.
I'm playing my character as best as I can here.
It works.
You're the thief around here. I'm gonna try to think of something. You go see what you can find.
Okay. Well, while Kella's praying, I'm gonna kind of look around to see if I can see anything, I guess, like out of the ordinary.
Well, that's everything.
I mean, yeah, but like something especially out of the ordinary, I guess.
For now, I'll play along, and no, I'm a tiefling.
Not 20.
Okay. You
Oh.
can detect the cooking area. Everyone has a hut, not a hut, a tent, like a canopied tent. You do look over and see that there is this fairly large tree that has kind of wooden stump stairs that go out of it around the tree, up to what appears to be a nest, like a very large, maybe 40-foot across nest. There are rudimentary tools around, rakes and hoes and shovels that are made of stone and wood. There seems to be. Go ahead.
Can I use Arcana to see if there's a source to this? Because I feel like this isn't a natural euphoria. This has to be magic or something. Can I use Arcana to see if there's a source of magic somewhere?
Sure.
That's a lot of Arcana. That's an 18 plus 4.
Okay. Definitely sense the wild magic that's in you acts almost as if a compass. You can sense waves of this chaotic energy coming from the center of the forest.
It's not a mushroom. It's that rainbow mushroom.
Yeah.
You ready to go on the mission, thief?
Oh, thought you'd never ask.
Let's go. Just follow the human compass.
Of course, the tiefling's the one who doesn't get cut by this.
As you say that, before she says amen, after she's gone through this long list of things that she's thankful for, the entire group, at the same exact time as her, says, amen.
John, you know what we gotta do.
And they
Amen.
Amen.
Jeez.
and they stand, and Kella immediately notices you, and as you're walking out, she goes, brothers, where are you off to?
Oh, I'm just gonna explore
Just
a
going
little
for a
bit.
stroll.
There's so much to see here.
These woods are dangerous.
Oh, wait.
Perhaps I can go with you?
Oh, that's nonsense.
Would you leave without your friends?
They seem like they're
I
having
don't
fun.
know
We don't
who
want to
they
bother
are.
them.
Oh, fun is just one part of life, though. We do have our fun. Praying and singing is definitely that. Especially when we are praying and praising Ian. But there are responsibilities that still need to be taken care of as well. I would hate for you to go out into that dangerous forest.
Is her voice kind of getting a little aggressive? Oh, or demanding?
Roll an insight check.
18 plus 2.
Jeez.
She's insistent, not angry, not mean in any way. It's almost it's like a pre-Karen tone. like she could go off, but she's still trying to be nice. She doesn't want to speak to the manager yet, but she's giving you a chance to make the right decision before she talks to the manager.
So I'm gonna pat your back and say to her, I think we'll be okay on our own. And at the same time, I'm gonna cast Fly on both of us because I patted his back, touching him,
Oh.
casting it on both of us.
Alright, roll your dice.
Yeah.
Your percentiles.
Well,
What
that's-
level are you?
6.
Okay.
Let me roll twice for. So I'm at 50.
Well, 1, 2. Well, you. 40.
Okay, so 51 and 20.
As you do that, she notices that you're casting a spell, and she puts her hand over her bridge of her nose like this and throws her hand up, and the canopy around you closes off with plant growth.
Oh. Great.
So you fly up,
It's marked, isn't it?
and you can't get through the canopy.
Oh.
There are little peepholes.
Not really. It's completely closed off. And she says, "Really, I must insist that I go with you. Ian has no patience for heretics."
Oh.
Oh, so apparently all my spells, I rolled a 28. For the next minute, all your spells with a casting time of 1 action has casting time of 1 bonus action.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
So you're telling me you got a good wild magic?
I'm about to I guess some good wild magic.
Kella, I don't understand why you don't trust us. I mean, we're adventurers, and we went on this.
Wait, let me talk.
Go ahead.
I'm going to persuade her.
Now she's gone full Karen.
I'm
She's,
going to
Oh
persuade
my
her.
goodness.
So that's a 16 plus 7.
Oh,
okay.
jeez. What do you
And
say?
what are you persuading?
That we venture off alone. We are adventurers, like he said. It's what we do. We can't help what we do. It's what we love to do. It's what we're born to do.
Well, I'll tell you what you're gonna do, okay? What you're gonna do is you're gonna leave our forest completely. You're not gonna go see Ian. You do not belong here. We're gonna keep hold of your friends because they want to stay. If you don't want to stay, fine. Get out. I don't care. Get out.
Okay.
Go.
Okay.
Go.
Let us go.
Go.
We can't.
That's right. You can't because I'm the one in charge here. So I.
Wait, is there a little people where I can at least see her?
No, it has closed around you. Yes, you can see her. She goes, I will lead you out. Come on, let's go.
Okay.
Go. You're ahead of me.
Okay.
All right.
Alright.
You want to leave me, guys?
Yeah, we just
I was half expecting you to say, do not pass go, do not collect $200.
You will
There's
not
our
pass go.
manager.
You will not collect $200. You don't belong here. You've already made that abundantly clear. And my kids have ADD.
And I don't care.
Where's your manager? Who's the leader of this?
Okay, that
Are you the leader of this group?
We speak to your manager.
You have lost my business.
And I have
Back
lost
to the
your interest.
agency.
Squeeze.
Above.
I'm squeezing.
Oh yeah, I love it so much. You bring your
Alright.
kids a heritage.
So
They're heritage.
she leads you to.
You know what? I'm gonna roll just because that pissed me off a lot. And I'm gonna say it's at 50 now instead of 40. Oh, hey, wouldn't you know?
Did it
You
just
roll
explode?
53.
Did you just explode?
He rolled a 59.
59.
Mhm.
Okay.
93.
You trying to embrace wild magic?
Well, your size increased by 1 size category from next minute.
Oh,
Wait, what does bend look do?
it would
I
be
thought you rolled a number and you added it or subtracted it from your current number.
better like adding the sorcery points here. Well, yeah, I don't even know. I thought
I
it
think
was
it was
like
to add or subtract from your wild magic selection.
Yeah.
No, it's to any. It's like my attacks, my ability rolls. If I add sorcery points to it, like saving throws, attacks, not damage, but things like that. So I increase in size 1 category. So instead of human, it's what's the next size category?
Okay.
It says category.
So as you're walking, she also grows in size into a giant ape.
Oh.
He just grew from anger.
Yeah, just looking up like, well, this is.
She just
my
grew
life
because she
now.
can.
You do realize I'm not doing this on my own?
Here. You must let me ask what you want in life.
Can you turn back to normal so I can understand you? I don't speak ape.
No, you hurt.
Oh. Oh, I hurt you? Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, you not hurt yet.
Oh.
Me not small for you hurt.
Yeah, well, I think the thing that did go small is your brain cells.
Oh, jeez.
Oof. Insult and Karen were.
Rude.
I would say.
Look who's talking.
I not give good reviews.
Oh, wait. Yeah, what about an IGN?
What you want life.
That's
What do you want in life?
Are you both going?
Yeah, I'm telling him. Or, yeah. I was gonna say, I don't know if you're
We're
gonna
still
actually
over
spread
here
out
doing
the-
something.
Yeah,
just
you guys
singing.
just wander off and start working.
Oh.
We just went straight to work.
Yep. You take off all of your items,
I was just
your
wearing
armor, your
Oh.
Elite some style kitsune.
your things, and don canvas robes.
I dropped my cloth robes for canvas robes.
Oh.
Yay.
I was just still kind of seeing you guys are working.
Yeah, that's...
forgot what I was about to look for. Dang it.
How long does that last? That size?
A minute.
Oh,
Okay. After the minute passes, you shrink back to normal size, and she returns to human form.
Oh.
What those?
Oh god, you look even uglier this way.
Oh my goodness. No respect.
Oh, she
We're
has
really
no
attacking.
respect, so
No
don't
worries.
expect any respect from me.
Oh look, she's a...
What I was trying to ask is, what do you want from life?
From life?
She's trying to be the Earth Mother. I know this is out.
I'm just saying.
How about you, or
Yeah, that's what everyone calls me nowadays.
No one remembers your name. Just the rogue.
Basically.
Still pays
To
out.
be honest.
now you are still feeling the effects of this
What?
euphoria.
To be honest, I mean, all I want is my old group back. We did some circus tricks. We entertained people. It was so fun. But then a couple things happened, and now I'm here.
So, you wish to belong.
Yeah.
I can provide that for you.
Doesn't want to belong into a society with mindless people who are being controlled by the likes of you or Ion.
Well, I mean,
We aren't mindless. She seems to have changed her demeanor to a calmer, cooler, collected.
I don't think you pissed her off. I think it was him that pissed her off.
I mean, it's just like
I have a tendency to do that.
it's
We are tieflings, so.
it's so nice in here.
Yes,
At the same time,
so
it has a feeling of uneasiness.
Let Ian comfort your uneasiness. Accept him. Take him into your heart. Ask him if he is the one true God. See how you feel when you sing our songs, when you pray to him, when you give everything to Ian, he returns the favor 1,000-fold. I promise you, if you stay with us, you will be happier than you could possibly imagine.
Well, I mean, she makes a good point.
Look around you. Look at the beauty around you.
Yeah.
Let go of all the weird worries of the world. I mean, it's a cold, dry place out
Do any of these,
there.
since she's talking to him, pretty much distracted by you, does that pose like any attacks of opportunities or anything at all?
You're gonna assault this lady?
I'm going to assault someone.
If you hurt her, I mean, I don't know what I'm
If the
gonna
entire community turns against you, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to beat you up.
do. Yeah, well, the thing is with me right now, it's like, oh, I'm happy, but if you
Well,
attack someone,
that's why we're far away from everyone right now.
They could be a hive mind, that's what I'm saying.
look, she makes points, alright? She's not bad. She only wants us to feel good.
So far, I'm really liking this.
I'm hating this. I'm actually salty.
Don't be salty.
Yeah, don't be so.
I'm salty at people like that.
Oh,
Oh,
It's just a Karen, chillax.
You make me very angry.
When the Lord Ian first appeared to me, every time I say it, something comes shooting out of my mouth. So I lost a potato chip, and then I think I lost.
lost the potato chip.
All right.
oh, okay.
When the Lord Ian first appeared to me, I was but a lass of 15 years old. I wandered out into the woods to pray.
Wait, as she's talking about this, I'm going to examine her as like, or her, how her body language is, how her facial expressions are, because she could be making up this story completely.
Insight, roll an insight check.
19 plus 2. I love these dice.
Yeah, something's weird about this. She appears to be in collusion with Ian.
In what?
In collusion, she has a ulterior motive. It's not, you don't sense any that it's dangerous, but she is gaining a lot out of her power to have control over the people. She really enjoys her position of authority. And she is seen as a prophet of Ion, I guess would be the word. So she's not afraid of losing her followers because the feeling that they get from being here is joy and happiness and peace and love and all that stuff. So the people that she's getting to worship Ian are under her full control. But she's getting something out of this too.
Yo, have you ever seen a Karen explode?
Oh wait, what? No.
She's walking you down the trail. And she says, well,
It hasn't been a minute yet, right?
it has been a minute. You've
No, not from the shrinking, from the other thing with the my spells become a bonus action instead of just an action.
It's become
Dang.
It's become oh, it's been a minute. So my brother Zion, brother, we are coming up to the crossroads here. We know that this brother here,
Don't call me your brother.
that this outsider wants nothing to do with our society, and we respect that. As much as you would think poorly of us, we preach love of our fellow man above all other things. And other than the worship of Ian, first we must love Ian, and then we must love all living things. And so I respect your decision, but you are an outsider and you do not belong here. But you, brother, have a choice. I can take you to see Ian. I can show you his glory and his might, and show you the love that he has for you. Or you can leave and never return. And never again feel this feeling of comfort and peace. Never feel the joy of Ian. Never let him comfort you in your worries. Never have an easy heart.
Well,
The joy that only he can bring. The choice is yours.
where would my friend go? He didn't have a lot of transportation before. Would you at least provide him like a carriage?
We do not have such things. He will be given provisions. We'll give him food and water. And he will be set back out.
Do you have a pouch?
Yeah, I have a gold pouch.
How big is it? Can you put your fist in it?
I mean, yeah. Wait, oh my goodness, you're not gonna use your hand, are you?
Well, make sure nothing bad happens to you. I need to know what's going on.
Alright.
That only works 100 feet.
100 feet.
Does?
Oh,
You can only connect to his hand 100 feet away.
I just realized Fly was still casted on us.
Why was what?
Fly is still casted on us.
that's true.
How long does fly last?
I think like an hour, 10 hours or something. I know a few hours.
That's it.
Oh no, it's off. Wait, how long has it been?
Has it been an hour
Oh.
since
How
we
long
were on
has
the
it been?
tundra?
How
Yeah,
long
how
has it
long?
been?
Oh, 20 minutes?
Okay.
So I'm still
Because,
invisible.
It's off.
Oh, so.
I'm still invisible, I realize that if
Okay.
that's the case.
How
Yeah.
long does your invisibility last?
An hour.
Oh, it's been more than an hour since you cast invisibility.
Okay.
It's only been about 20 minutes since you cast fly.
I'm gonna say, I will, look, I'll come back, alright? I need to see, I really need to see Aya.
Okay.
But, I swear I'll come back. I will. We'll get our friends as well. But for the time being, I feel like I need to see
I guess I'll just sit out in the cold.
Alright.
Usually you.
You just
I'm warm blooded.
sit out by the
I'm
sign.
very warm blooded.
I mean, you got you sitting outside. You got these two working.
What if I just like lay halfway in, halfway out?
So she gives you a pouch with berries and mushrooms and food in it, and a pouch of water. The water has it's not a water skin, it's a wine skin. Use pressed grapes. It's grape juice.
Big grape juice.
And so you have your juice box.
You have a big old juice
Big
skin.
old juice box. It comes with a straw you can stab through the skin.
Those straws never go in properly.
Yeah.
And she starts leading you towards Ian.
Okay, so since it's gonna be him for a while, what I'm gonna do in the meantime, can I use Arcana to study what this thing is? The wall of illusion. I just want to study it, see if I'll be able to do like a very minor version of it or something practiced or anything.
It is. Yeah, roll me an Arcana check.
17 plus 4. I'm really loving this dice.
Jeez.
It has a feel of some very chaotic magic, almost fairy magic.
Zion's dead.
I probably will. Yeah.
As she's walking, she breaks a loaf of bread, hands you half of it, and she's chewing on it. She's eating it. And she's explaining to you how, when she was a child, she really wanted to find God, and she walked. So she went on a pilgrimage quest as soon as she was old enough to leave her family. She went on this pilgrimage. And she found, and she knelt down in the forest to pray, and she heard a voice, and said, "Behold, and look upon me." And she raised her eyes, and she saw this glorious being, and he gave her commandments. She took them to the people, and she gathered some followers, and some of which are still a part of this religion. But she became an outcast because people had, you don't see gods. Gods don't just pop up out of nowhere.
Is that how I knew she was lying about something? Or
You'd never heard of Ian before.
is that how I knew something was
Something
not
was
right?
something was weird. Yeah.
Would be a fake
Um,
god.
And so Ian led her further and further north, and then she found this promised land, this beauteous place where her and her followers could live in peace. The outsiders aren't welcome. You must be willing to fully devote yourself to Ian in order to be a part of this. There's magic here. There's peace and joy and harmony and love, and everybody just works together, and as long as everybody does their part, that's how they survive.
Right.
but they are also one of the requirements of iron is that you give. But you don't necessarily have to give everything, but you are willing to give everything if Ian or Kella need to.
Right.
But in return for this, you'll get love and belonging, and you'll be made into a productive member of their society.
Yeah. While we're going there, I just ask, doesn't it seem a bit weird that no one has any other motives? Like, I feel like no one can think there. It's all just work and pray.
Well, we are all one mind. We don't let the troubles of the outside world trouble us in our cocoon.
Still seems just weird. Like, you have thoughts that you could bring, like, in your own, I guess, in your own home, but these people, it's just like, I don't know, it just feels weird. Just a hive mind.
Well, it's very interesting that you would use the phrase hive mind here. I don't feel that. I mean, we all choose. We're all free to choose whatever choices we want to make, but those choices have consequences, and if you do not fully follow Ian and obey his commandments and his laws, then you don't belong here. You haven't earned his joy. You have not earned his peace. You don't deserve to be a part of his world and his life. So that is why we all seem to think and act the same, because we are all acting in his name. We are individuals
Yes.
with our own individual choices and our own freedom to choose, but you're only free to choose so long as you choose righteousness. If you choose anything against Ian's will, then you do not belong.
Shouldn't you be allowed to make the wrong choice sometimes to see how the right outcome would be? It just...
Occasionally there are those who do make the wrong choices, and they do suffer the wrath of Ian.
Oh.
They do suffer pain, and who wants to feel pain? Who wants to feel that? By the way, the two of you are sitting back at camp. That super euphoria and the righteous the is starting to wear off a little bit. You're starting to feel your own thoughts.
What about her as a paladin?
She was still affected.
Oh.
The power is really strong.
You're saying the grasp is starting to wane a little?
But the grasp of it is starting to wane. You are feeling... You're hearing your own thoughts and not the thoughts of something else. Not the people around you. Not Kella. You feel something else. Another presence. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel joy. Like pure joy. You feel free of any of the vices of the world. You feel a love. A strong love of everybody and everything around you. You wouldn't want to hurt anything any living thing, including the trees and the plants.
Can I? So I'm out in the cold, right? Can I step in, but just stay at the edge so I'm warm?
Oh.
As you go to step through the barrier, a voice enters your mind.
You are not welcome anymore.
And you're not welcome in here. Get out of my head.
I am everywhere.
Yeah, but you're not everything, so I mean.
I am everything.
Prove it.
Oh no.
Anything that you touch, everything that you are.
As you start to poke your cheeks, you prickle your finger on something, and you pull your hands back, and you look, and your hands are starting to turn into little paws, and you feel yourself starting to shrink. You feel your horns start shrinking,
Oh.
and all of a sudden you look at your hands, and you've got quills all over your body. Turn around and look, you got your butt is just packed with quills.
What was my
Jeez.
stress at right now?
You were at 40, I believe.
No, I was at
50.
50.
Okay.
I was just wondering if it went up because
No,
Turning in.
you've turned into a porcupine, though.
Oh,
So I
jeez.
was thinking already.
Oh yeah. I thought it sounded.
Tell me again.
Oh.
What am
It's
I?
a phony.
You believe me to be a phony after I've shown you the proof that I'm not? You are barely worthy of my interest, but you are not welcome here.
Then if you have the power to do this, then kick me out because I.
You're not in.
Oh,
Yeah.
not?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
You're literally fighting
But
God right now. It's awesome.
I am a benevolent God. Give me your sorrow. Show me that you truly feel bad for the way that you've treated mine. And I will turn you back and allow you entrance once more.
Oh.
Can I do performance?
Sure. What are you performing?
Sorrow.
Performing the spear sorrow.
Performing sorrow.
Perform sadness.
Okay.
Oh, that's a. Just a 10.
Oh.
I am a god. I know the hearts of men. I do not feel you are truly sorry. But perhaps...
Why do you think I'm putting on an act?
Perhaps after you've spent some time out in the cold, you will be more sorry. You will be truly sorry. And you will be able to apologize, make amends for your sins, and enter my world once again. After all, it's where your friends are. Without them, you will be nothing more than a lonely porcupine out in the cold.
You say we could think again?
You're starting to have your own thoughts,
Good.
yes.
Could I pick up my stuff?
Still got the euphoria going on. You still, you're having a crisis of conscience right
I was gonna say I really like my
Did you roll to
clothes.
fight it?
But I?
Wisdom?
now. No.
Oh.
Can I notice something, Bob?
So pretty much what I did.
Roll an insight check.
I rolled a 16.
yeah, something's not right. You keep getting these thoughts in your mind. I'm off task. I'm supposed to be doing something else. This is not what I'm supposed to be doing. But as soon as those thoughts come into your mind and start, the other people around you come and they comfort you and say, "No, you belong here. You belong with us."
Do I join in on this?
Yeah, people are also coming up to you and you belong here. You belong with us.
Do I notice this being weird?
We can't give me an insight from it.
20. Insight wisdom, I think.
12.
Don't go.
Yeah, no, not really.
Yeah.
You feel like you're good with what's going on. They give you a job. They tell you that one of the elder people in the group comes over and asks you if you would mind watching the children.
Sure, why not?
And he gives you a small booklet. These are the commandments of Iron. Read through them and learn them.
I copied them down
And-
into a bigger journal.
Bring them into your life.
And the character writes everything down. Even if he doesn't read it, he has it written.
Oh, yeah.
The commandments are like, love people and obey Iron
Be a
at
saint
all
to honor.
times, and
Big Iron's all
they're
about
not bad things. They're all really good things. What's your insight?
Mine? As in any bonuses or anything? Is that what you're
No.
asking?
No bonuses.
My insight's my wisdom, right?
Wisdom.
11.
0. Oh, your wisdom's 11.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, one commandment in particular kind of catches your attention, and that is that you, being a scholar, being somebody that studies things on the outside, it says that you're not to receive any information from anyone other than Ian or a follower of Ian. So it basically is saying that any books or informational materials outside of the Church of Ian are not to be read.
Oh
It's a
no.
commandment. You do not.
My robe is full of journals.
Yeah, and you feel the urge to. The first thing you feel is the urge to hide them, but now you know that they're going to have to be destroyed. And as soon as Kelly gets back, you're like, I got to give these books up because Ian says that I'm not supposed to receive any teaching or information from anybody outside of his operatives, of his church. So
Can you fight the instinct to destroy it?
he strongly feels the urge to. It's disturbing to him, but it's a sacrifice that he's willing to make for the peace and joy that Ian is giving him.
Oh, jeez.
I guess I could ask for them to just toss it out of town. You just find a pile of notebooks just lying around.
Oh,
And then you notice they're all signed by me.
yeah, I wonder who this guy
Do I
is.
notice that?
You haven't been given the reading materials. You've just been given a job to do. They
The only notebook
They
I'm not
ask you to
putting of is the
pick
iron.
berries,
Well, do that.
something simple, and you are happy to do it, and the people that you're doing it with are happy and joyful and comforting and just wonderful, wonderful people. They're just nice as could be.
I'm gonna eat a
They
berry.
feel like family.
You're gonna eat a berry every few you pick.
Yes.
Okay.
Could I sacrifice all my sorcery points just to use enough power to turn back to normal? Using all my sorcery points.
Do you have Dispel Magic?
No, but something I could learn.
Man, if I knew this was a spell, I could have countered it, but I didn't.
Oh, dang. Oh, you just came to spell.
Ugh. Excuse me.
You finish it? No, thank you.
That could be a big headshot.
Counter spell's cool.
Oh, but now I wish I had found a spell. That would have been great.
Meanwhile, you arrive at a giant mushroom.
Oh, is it the one that, like where the nest is? Or is that something different?
It's just this gigantic mushroom. And Kella says, "Behold the house of iron."
It is amazing.
Yes, it is. We have built this through the toils of all of our peoples and their sacrifices. They have sacrificed their time and their goods and their energy to make this a place of where Ion can reside.
So is Ion from this realm, or is he from the astral plane? Like, is he
Ion?
a demigod, or is he
Ion? No, Ion is the only God,
the only
the true God.
true? It's amazing.
I'm gonna kill Karen later.
Well, I'm surprised how much power he has. I mean, with this whole mushroom, I don't know, it just feels so good to be here.
Yes, that is the power and the blessings of the mushroom.
Wait, out of game, are you acting?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm acting because
Yeah,
you're
I was
trying
like,
to
I
be
was like
happy.
really confused. I was like, did you ever get? When did this happen?
Yeah, there's this euthanasia. I'm feeling good.
No, I can't let you in here because you are not a member of our community. But if you pray, if you truly want to know in your heart if this is where you belong, simply pray to Ian, and you will feel it inside. You will feel this influence in your life.
I mean,
Spell magic doesn't work. Not spell magic. Spells can't last forever.
I guess it can't be that bad.
Well, some can.
Alright, I'm going to use...
This one probably not.
I guess, performance to try to, I guess, show a lot of emotion towards Ion. Like, so I could kind of feel him, I guess, in my heart. Or kind of just sense him.
Okay.
Okay, I'll roll. 13.
What are your true feelings?
Oh,
You can tell me I'm the DM.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was Kella. So, I'll try to make it so he has kind of resentment for letting something in this world that was, like, chaotic. Because it was, like, it was demonic, but he doesn't know if it was, like, a god or if it was just, like, a demon. So he's using that kind of feeling to try and, I guess, repent. To kind of have him forgive and all that. Yeah,
So,
that works.
so you really, truly feel resentful to Ian,
Yeah.
but you were putting on the show that you are sincere.
Oh,
Is that correct?
that is correct.
Okay. All right. So the first thing that you feel is this sensation on just under the scalp, just at the very edges of your thought in your mind. You feel this almost tangible touch of something second, something somewhere else. Touch the outermost thoughts in your mind. And then you feel this hole, this emptiness. All that joy and euphoria that you felt before kind of goes away, and you feel sorrow. You feel confusion, and you feel alone. And you hear whispered in your mind, if you want me, you'll have to truly accept me. Give me all that is yours, and I will follow suit. And you look over, and Kella kind of looks a little disappointed. And she had high hopes for you, and you're not getting it. And she's holding a fairly nice robe, a little bit nicer than the other people had in the community. Like it's not frayed at all on the edges. And she says, I sense great potential in you, but you have to give yourself over fully to Ian.
Well, when you put it that way.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I'm just gonna.
You're a porcupine.
Yeah.
Zip it.
I won't be like this forever.
Zip it. You're a porcupine.
I won't be like this forever.
Ow.
I just kicked you.
I'm
Kick
just
me
gonna
in.
look at my
Sorry.
emblem, then look at the rope, and look at the emblem again. I'm thinking if I just wanna, if I do want to give it all away to Ion, and I don't know. I'm just contemplating.
Perhaps you need more time.
Yes. I don't know if I can give everything over right now, but I do feel like I need this. I need time to think about it.
Very well. That is understood. Not all who wander are lost.
I'm going to kill Karen. I'm going to kill Karen.
You feel this shade cast on you from like 5 miles away. Somebody just dissed me.
How did he?
She's going to blow up.
I'm just chilling. Like, that's good. Then all of a sudden I just hear, what did you say?
Well, for now, I guess I'll take a long rest.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
So you start resting. Waiting out there in the cold,
Wait.
cold snow.
Being in this place, did it actually just melt away all my stress?
This
What do you know?
So, but you also don't feel the connection to your arcane magic that you, as the hours go by, you're about 8 hours into it, and you do not feel, Zion comes back, you don't feel that same love towards him as you feel to those in your group.
Does he still appear to be a stranger to me?
He still appears to be a stranger.
Hello again, a stranger.
He hasn't been fully inducted into it. But you also don't mind that the arcane, your connection to the arcane magic is dissipating. You have everything you need, and Ian is giving you everything you need, and you don't. You're given a bed, and the food is good, and you've got protection from the people around you, and you don't really feel like you need to do anything but serve Iron. So you put all your energy into that. And you see that they're all happy.
Oh yeah.
They all are. There's nobody casting spells or the only book that you see that they're studying is the Book of Iron.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody is being kind to everybody else. The meals are made communally. But you also notice that nobody has anything.
Oh.
Nobody owns anything. It seems like everything of value to anybody has been given up.
They're just like, they have robes on and that's it?
They have robes on.
That's it?
Or tail sacks.
But there's no strife. There's a lot of peace. There's no
Mm-hmm.
there's no learning either. There's no progression.
Oh.
Nobody has to struggle for anything. So there's no progression. There's no individual thought. There's no ideas coming out that aren't. And the longer you're here, the longer you're with these people, the more you find that your thoughts are more like their thoughts than your own.
Oh.
And you start doubting yourself, your own thoughts. You have a thought and it's like, is that under the blessings of Iron? So 8 hours passes, you wake up and you are human again.
I knew it.
Oh, dang.
And
Spells can't last forever.
Tieflings.
as soon as you wake up, you turn back into a porcupine.
Nope.
Ah.
That sucks.
I guess I'll go back to sleep.
Opens his eyes.
It's cold. You're miserable. Just sitting out there in the cold.
You just
So-
kind of digged 6 inches.
I will burn myself.
You burrow yourself?
Burn myself.
Oh,
I'm a
burn.
tiefling. I'll engulf myself.
You're a porcupine.
Roll
So
up.
sad.
You're literally a porcupine.
You can roll up in a hole.
Okay, roll up in a ball.
Oh.
That's warm.
Oh.
Go into hibernation.
Joke's on you. I can
Um,
go tall.
but- so after that 8 hours, it's dinner time. You're starting to get hungry. There's quite a layout there.
What happened to
I
You guys gonna eat?
Yes.
Yes.
Food is food.
John, you eating?
Yeah.
The food definitely makes you feel good.
I don't trust the food quite yet, so I'm gonna try to. I still have some rations, so I'm gonna try to see if I could eat them without someone noticing.
You
Get
can't
into
eat
that.
those here. You can try a sleight of hand if you like.
It's like nose looking.
Yeah, you know, I'll try that. Set it down.
Consume salted meat.
Everyone's gonna know I ate my rations. Here, I'm gonna put this over here.
God dang it.
14.
As soon as you go to put your hand up to your mouth, you're like, and somebody goes, "Excuse me, brother. Outside food is not allowed in here.
But it's so good.
You either partake of the blessings of Iron or you leave his presence."
Fine. Put the rations away.
Okay.
I'm just gonna try to talk with I got Skittles, if I can see her.
Okay. You can see Skittles.
Alright. Yeah, I'll go over there and talk to him.
Okay, go ahead.
Hiya, stranger.
Hey, so how you doing this fine day?
Good. I got berries.
So what? I wanted to ask you a little bit of a question.
Okay.
How does it feel to be here? Like, what is your own thoughts about it?
You don't have your own thought about it.
Oh.
You have the community thought about it. It is the most wonderful.
It's the most wonderful thing ever. To follow Ion.
Oh, it's all about Ion? You don't have any other thoughts?
No. Why would I?
I mean, wouldn't it be fun to think about something other than Ion?
You try, but you can't.
Nah, I'm good.
Oh, well, I guess.
Does this count as charm?
Oh,
I don't check with that.
This counts
Yeah,
as
I-
dominate person.
Kinda.
yeah, kind of.
You should try a berry.
I'm good. I would try to at least have you think about something else. Could I try to persuade her in a way?
Remember who your friends are.
Yeah, I want
Ooh.
to try to have her remember like her friends and like the
Remember who she
time.
truly is.
Yeah,
Truly
she
is.
truly is.
Truly is.
17. 12, 13,
Okay.
14, 15, 16.
She's. You talk to her, and she just looks. She just sits there and kind of stares at you. And you try to remember your friends, and you see their faces. You see their faces all around you. And the brothers and sisters. In fact, you don't remember anything before these people.
Isn't that a little suspicious?
Yeah, isn't it suspicious that
Isn't that gonna click something in your head?
can you think of anything else? I mean, you had a life before this. You had friends.
When you try to think of the life before, you get this achy, sick feeling. Like your whole life before this was wrong. Like you were a terrible, terrible person. And you are so happy now that you've found Ian to be here, because before that, you can hear the thoughts of your brothers and sisters around you saying, look how much better you are with us than you were before. Look at all the bad decisions you made before you got here.
Oh,
And now you're with us, and we forgive you for all of those things that you did, and you belong here. You belong with us. We were all bad people before we got here. But now that we're here,
I feel happy here. All my friends and family are here.
Porcupine, you wake up and you hear a voice in your head. You are persistent.
Do I still have stress?
No.
Okay.
That would
gone.
affect
That would
the
have been
fact that you're cold, but you don't have the magical stress. So have you decided to repent?
Go away, I'm sleeping.
Oh my goodness.
Very well. You're also getting hungry.
Yeah.
It's been 2 days.
Oh,
Do you?
2 days.
So have you? Keller comes up to you, Zion. So have you thought about it?
Well, I have. I honestly have. But I prefer to keep my past life. But at the same time, I'm more conflicted with this perfect life I am having right now. It's just, I can't seem to let my past go.
You have to let it go. Perhaps we can. Why don't you go join the group, have some breakfast, we'll talk about it after.
Alright, doesn't seem too bad. Sounds like a good idea. Alright.
Alright. Welcome to breakfast. You gonna eat food?
Can I, since I have history with magic, can I kind of just see if there's like really anything wrong with it? Because I am naturally afraid of.
You can give me, well,
Because
without being trained in magic, there's really no way to detect the magic. So
can I at least like, feel the presence? Oh. Huh. So
Unless it's my wild magic, you
Yeah.
probably can't really feel it.
your character really has no reason to suspect that the food is anything other than normal food, except for the fact that they're pretty insistent that you eat some.
Yeah, that and with my character, he's always skeptical about magic and all that. So I don't know. I am probably getting exhausted from not eating for 2 days.
You're starting to feel the effects of exhaustion.
And there is no water, so it has been 2 days. You have to
Yeah.
drink something.
Yeah.
Your water isn't. They're not allowing you to drink water that you can drink from the stream, or you can drink from their wineskins.
I'm gonna
Wait a minute.
go drink from the
I do
streams.
have food. They sent me out with food and water.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, but,
So it's just lying on the floor where you used to be.
where I used to be. What?
You're now porcupine.
Do you want to eat it?
Since I'm a magical being, can I sense the magic coming from it?
You can.
Okay.
It is definitely suspect.
That's how they got
Hey!
you.
Phony god! This is a nice way to enslave your people.
They are not slaves.
Explain the magic coming from your food.
This is just a aphrodisiac.
I'm a sorcerer. I know very well that this is turning them into. I know
It
my
is
magic.
to calm you. It is to open up your mind. It is to.
So you can get in there and take over everyone.
I
Don't even. You're speaking to me right now. I know what you're doing to these people.
do not make my subjects do anything
But
against
work
their
and
will.
work and work and work.
They only work to provide for themselves and for each other. We are a community, and they are happy.
An enslaved community.
Why would you want to take that happiness away from them?
Because it's being forced. You can't have happiness if it's forced.
I'm not forcing them to be happy at all. They are free to choose.
No, they're not, because you're enslaving their minds.
I'm not enslaving their minds. They can choose still. They
You're
just
pretending to be a god. You're enslaving their minds
Why would you think that I'm pretending?
because I've never heard of you. You don't exist outside this area. You don't exist anywhere else.
I exist everywhere, I assure
Then how
you.
come I've never heard of you? How come no one else has ever heard of you but you?
Because only those that are blessed and privileged get the opportunity to hear my words and accept me into their lives. I don't
Then wouldn't you
ask
want to
them-
spread this happiness everywhere else in the world?
I do, but the world is a big place, and not everyone wants to choose to accept the happiness that I can provide to them.
And that's why you force it on them.
It's not forced. Everybody is free to choose. They can choose to worship me, or they can choose to live their own miserable, sorrow-filled lives.
See, a real god.
Do we have the choice to choose if you want to leave?
If you want to leave, you can, but you don't feel like you want to leave. Your characters don't feel. They feel like they would be giving up so much if they were to leave. They're giving up their community, their brothers and sisters, their family, to step away from this joy and this good feeling that you guys have.
Does that mean my vengeance is fading away too?
Yes,
Oh,
you're feeling more and more like a normal person. You don't even remember what a weapon is. Because you would never, you wouldn't deemed to hurt anything.
Jeez.
Okay.
Yeah, just gonna drink from the stream.
You gonna drink from the stream? You feel really good.
Oh,
You feel really, really good. Need a wisdom saving throw on this.
I wonder why.
yeah, I wonder why as well. Come on. 10. Because that's an influence one.
Another one of your compatriots has chosen to give
You know,
his-
I want to bet
give his-
everything that they were tricked into it. Just like all the others.
There was no trickery involved, I assure you.
I have,
Why would
I have
I
arcane. Can I see what type of magic this food is?
It is fey magic, without a doubt. There is fey magic.
Can I
Like
know what
fairy.
can I know what kind of
Fairy magic is at work.
like spell it is or something?
You don't know
kind
what
of
spell it
magic?
is. It is enchantment. But he's not forced. He's. So yeah, you're not in the town, so you really don't know exactly what's going on. But to you guys, you don't feel like you're being forced to do anything. You feel like you're volunteering to do whatever it is that Ian asks. And Ian's voice is in your mind just lightly in the background, kind of just saying, should you really be doing this?
So
Or-
sort of like my tinnitus.
sort of like your conscience, yeah. And then, of course, the other people around you are having you go through just regular daily chores, nothing big, but you see Kella on the third night. She has a wooden cart wheelbarrow, and it's full of things that they look familiar, but you don't know where you've seen these things before.
Can I roll to remember it?
Sure.
What kind of check would that be specifically?
Insight.
Just like you don't just throw it.
I rolled a 9 with no bonuses.
Can I
You're-
try it?
Sure.
Everyone who's there can try it. That's also a 9.
9
Yeah.
plus 4.
So, should I roll for a 2 since I don't remember?
Wow.
9.
They're strange objects that you've never seen before.
So who rolled
Like-
the highest?
I rolled a 13.
They look like maybe it used to be a plow or something. What is a scimitar?
The sim?
And what are shoes? And breastplate? What's that? I seem to remember something called a breastplate, but I can't remember what it did or what it was for. All you remember is the robe that you're wearing. You've been wearing it forever.
Do I see my similar looking robe made of cloth in the cart?
You see it, but you don't recognize it.
That's weird.
Because every time you try to think about life before here, you feel ugly. You feel bad. You feel like
Can I focus on this bad feeling?
sure, roll me another wisdom save. You are so glad you're not the person that you once were.
Oh.
Because you were awful.
I feel like if I do get hypnotized, my wild magic, or something that happened in my past because of this wild magic, I feel like I'm gonna block.
Wait, so I'm just losing my touch with wild magic too?
Oh,
Dang.
jeez.
So, on the 4th night that you're there, you have not become a porcupine for the last 2 days. You're just sitting there. And you start to fall asleep. And you drift off. And you're just sitting there shivering in the cold. And all of a sudden you get this terrible, terrible feeling. Fear. You open your eyes,
Dragon?
and there's a large white dragon. Huge. His head is 20 feet long. And he's just sitting. He's got both of his massive paws up on his. And open your eyes.
Okay, I'm gonna slowly open.
There's this massive dragon directly in front of you. Hello again. You made a fool out of me. For a mortal to do that is unheard of.
Well, I'm not going anywhere. I can tell you everything you want.
No, I don't want that. I want what made a fool of me. He looks at the choker that you have around your neck.
And
You coming there?
well, I can't get this thing off. And no, you're not gonna decapitate me.
That's not a problem.
You're not decapitating me.
Why would I lower myself to destroy something so good as me? I might as well kill an ant, an insect. You're nothing more than an insect. And he waves his hand and it says a word, and it kind of comes out like you can see the air come out of his mouth as in some kind of form, like almost like a wisp of smoke, and it touches the necklace, and the necklace grows.
Oh.
This could be a bed.
He reaches down without even touching you with these two giant claws and lifts it off of your neck. And
Should I erase it?
yeah. He
You
observes
guys do
it.
a lot anyway. I mean, it's cool.
He places it over one of his claws, and it sizes to the size of his claw, which is bigger than a belt. I mean, it's like a very large belt. He slides it down over his finger. And he holds his hand out. And as he does, he bumps the wall, the illusional wall, and ow! What?
Oh, yeah, there's this forest that's protected by this barrier right behind me. I've been kicked out. That's why I'm just sitting here.
He pokes at it. He looks down at you.
It's
Do
some
not get through.
some god named Ion has this barrier up.
Iron.
Ion. I-A-N.
Ha!
What's so funny?
He's no god.
Oh, thank you for telling me that.
So, this is where he's been hiding all these years. And he scratches at the wall. Oh!
Do you know what kind of magic this is?
Very.
I'm guessing you can't get through that magic.
No. But
But I mean, I've got nothing else to do. I might as well help you if you need it.
give me a drop of your blood.
Not what I was expecting, but
Puts his hand down on
that's a big old hand. Long pokey stick.
drip a drop of blood on, and it goes over the scale, and it just kind of slowly, almost
Blood
freezes. Yeah, it freezes over the top of the scale to form this like skin of blood. It's like a frozen ice, very thin sheet of blood. It's pink.
That's
It's-
mildly disturbing.
You can see through it. It's pink, and as it forms over his scale on his hand, he reaches down and he peels it up, and it's like a scale chest plate.
So what are you giving me?
And he says, "Wear this, and you will be able to get through. I have merged your magic with my magic. Wear this, and you will be able to get through. It will also protect you from the charm."
Talk about scale mail.
It's like
So
a
you're
piece of scale.
wild magic and draconic bloodline magic pretty much together.
Yes.
Oh, dang.
You're,
Oh
a, double
my
you're a double sorcerer now.
Just-
I'm a double sorcerer.
I
Okay.
hate to leave this up to such a pathetic race, but
I wouldn't call me pathetic. I did get that thing that you're wearing in the first place.
you are insignificant. Maybe not pathetic, but insignificant. Do me
Oh,
a
I'm almost
favor.
touched.
When you find Ian,
Ian?
Ian, make sure that he leaves this plane of existence forever.
Okay.
Tell him that if you can get through, I will send others. His days are numbered. He may choose to give up and flee. If you have the opportunity, though, I would certainly appreciate his skin.
Well, that's most likely going to be the outcome. Probably a 70% chance that's the outcome. But this will be fun.
Thank you for the gift.
Thank you for the gift.
Toodles, we are even.
I think that was just a trade. Not really a
Remember the name.
Please write this down for me.
Viatorus. And he stands up. He's just massive. Like 200 feet from head to tail.
So, I have this armor now. What
He
does it
he spreads his wings out and flies away. He said that it will allow you through the barrier and that it will protect you from the influence of iron.
do? But does it have any actual magical properties? So it's only for this mission? It won't be... Aww.
You could give it to the paladin after, since it's scale armor.
Okay.
It's very light.
Does it add any armor bonus or anything? Okay. Okay, I walk on through.
Okay.
Oh wait, he said that if I eat the food, that won't influence me either.
Yeah, you can eat the food.
Oh!
He starts
You eat the
scarfing
food,
down.
and it just tastes like regular berries and nuts and
Bread.
that.
Bread. So much better. Okay. Time to go.
Perhaps you can, if you could sneak into the camp, you could clear the minds of your
compatriots with that food.
With food. If I touch it, it's purified or something?
Oh.
Just touches the entire banquet table.
And you've purified it.
Where's my spell that I can enlarge and reduce? I want to be a small, sneaky boy.
Small, sneaky.
Yeah, but how small?
Small.
Wait, what? What am I strength into? Target?
I believe it's one size smaller,
So what would I be?
so
I'm
small.
human. Would that go like halfling level? Dwarf level? I don't know if that would help my
Dwarf or halfling.
sneakiness level.
I actually think halfling is halfling tiny or is it small?
I think it's tiny. But remember, I did
No,
shrink.
tiny is like a pixie.
Remember, I did shrink though. I was human, and then wild magic, I shrunk.
Yeah, you'd be like half your height, so like 3 feet.
Would that make me more stealthy or harder to see?
It would give you the benefit of that size category, so yes, you would be sneaky with advantage. Hide stealth with advantage.
Okay, that's what I want. I'm small, and does this armor prevent wild magic, or is it still normal? Okay, I'm fine. Okay, I sneak
Okay.
My character's been eating
with
these
advantage.
nuts.
Thank goodness it's with advantage. I would have failed that instantly. 15.
I just realized my character's not hungry.
You sneak into the camp and you're sneaking around and there's people walking around. They don't seem to sense you or
Is it nighttime though?
it is nighttime.
Why is it fucking
And Gianna, skills. You notice a smaller version of Colossi.
Of a stranger.
Kind of sitting
Yeah,
off,
stranger.
peeking out from behind a tree in a fern. And he's trying to get your attention.
It's not gonna walk over to them.
Alright, she walks over to you.
Hello, stranger.
She isn't alarmed.
How are you today?
Great.
That's good. If you have something in your teeth,
What do you mean?
or something like that in there.
Oh, jeez.
Food. You attack her with food. Roll a 20.
Oh my goodness.
What's your unarmored
11.
defense?
11. What's what I add to bread?
It's hand to hand, so it's just your hand weapon.
I don't think it's damage. I think it's
So
just.
you're not doing any damage.
Okay, so 5.
So it'd be a strength.
5.
Okay. You missed.
I have 2 hands of bread.
2 hands of bread. Now you are alarmed.
What the heck, man?
11.
Okay. As you go to shout out for help, all of a sudden you get a mouthful of bread. You eat it. You hold it. Eat it. After a second, your heart rate slows down, and you take a swallow of the bread, and you stop struggling, and you see that her pupils were really dilated. They constrict back to a normal,
She's no longer on
Level.
drugs.
and she kind of gives you the nod, like she's okay.
Okay, I'm a hand for 2 other pieces of bread.
I'm gonna
Am I just gonna?
I'm
Am I
gonna
just
go
gonna?
I'm
run
just
right now?
kind of hide and walk up to the side on there, guys.
I'm gonna go get my teacher.
Okay.
Okay. You're gonna walk across the Walk across or sneak across?
Should probably go around.
I'm gonna just pretend that. Do they know it's a different type of bread?
They don't know it's a different type of bread, but you know that they know that. You know that when you saw somebody that wasn't a part of the fold, you could tell.
Dang. I'm a sneak.
Okay.
You don't have arm.
Yeah.
If you're a kitsune, you can turn into a fox, go to a smaller.
Oh yeah,
size
I'll be a
class.
fox. I'm a sneak.
Okay, you turn into a fox, you don't need to sneak, because there's foxes and animals wandering through this camp all the time.
Alright. I'm gonna go up to Zion.
Oh.
You're like, you're a fox and you've got this loaf of bread in your mouth, and you just.
Okay, so 16 for getting to him. For me getting to him.
Okay? You don't even see him coming.
Am I behind him?
Yeah. Get dragged into the. Eat the bread. Roll an attack with advantage.
15 and 20.
Yeah.
You didn't even. Once you rolled a 15, you didn't need to roll it.
Yeah, so you shove bread into his mouth and drag him into the darkness.
Oh, Jesus, horrifying.
After a second, he stops struggling.
Oh my goodness. Just imagine that.
I no longer have hands to hold the bread.
Do I remember everything suddenly?
A
How am I
wolf walks
supposed to
up
shove
to you
it
with a loaf of
into
bread
his-
in its mouth.
I thought it was a
Or a
fox.
fox.
Yeah.
A fox walks up to you with a loaf of bread in its mouth.
Do you take it as an offering?
Oh. Is that a little fox?
It's
Oh.
beautiful. It's a beautiful little fox. Just gorgeous little fox.
Oh.
Do you take it as an
So.
offering?
Wait, what's happening? Wait, no, oh,
What?
is that some bread? Oh. I've been pretty hungry.
Interestingly enough, when you try to take the food out of the fox's mouth, it doesn't growl at you or snap at you. It just nods. Yes, take it.
Must be a sign from, I'm famished. Let's go eat it.
You take a bite of the bread, and as you take a bite of the bread, all of a sudden the ringing sensation in your ears clears, and the rapturous joy that you're feeling clears your body. You feel.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be really quiet and say.
You feel all the emotions.
I'm gonna be really quiet and go. Shh.
That's going to be my favorite part in this entire story. The time I insulted my teacher with bread.
Oh, jeez.
You are standing at the edges of the camp. And at this moment, you hear the bell ring.
Duck into the bushes.
Yeah, I'll start sneaking.
Yeah, we'll stop sneaking. Of course you won't.
I'm just casually walking.
Here, what am I making? Like really lucky.
Like small enough.
Yeah. Thank you.
Plus all your
Well,
stuff.
in total, it'll be 20 minutes.
You step into the shadows and grab two fronds of a tree and pull them up like this. Slowly walk backwards.
I just imagine he did that, and then suddenly the palm fell on the ground and he's gone.
He's just as soon as he grabs the two fern fronds and lifts them up, you guys are like, where'd he go? Okay.
Your fox.
Kella does not see you. She walks down and they begin their song, and then they go into
Do I still have that like radar pretty much magic I felt earlier?
Yes, you can. You definitely feel it coming from the mushroom.
Okay. What's in a mushroom? I killed somebody.
Yeah, I'll stay out of the fox for right now until we're safe.
Do we know where the wheelbarrow of like items for?
You just saw her walk off with them. You didn't. She came back about a half hour later. Didn't have them.
Do you have locate object?
I do.
You do.
Yeah.
The tiny fox locate object.
Yep.
Okay. Feel your spells, your magic return to you.
Oh, that's what.
So I use my enlarge.
Yes.
And I already
Yes. How are you locating?
My brother's plate.
At first you don't notice it, you don't sense it, but as you get closer, when you're about 1,000 feet from the mushroom, the giant mushroom, you sense it. Sense it.
Hey guys, it's over here.
Okay. You get up to the mushroom, and there are 2 large oak doors. There's a set of polished marble stairs that go up to these 2 large oak doors. Above the oak doors, there's a stone tablet. It's inscribed House of Lion.
wait, since you're the paladin and we don't have your weapons right now. It's,
What's
oh,
it?
wait, you're fox.
Can I improvise?
Just hold it in my mouth.
You like a crossbow?
And there is also, you notice the symbol of a butterfly, which is a symbol of Iron. It's a symbol of a butterfly, and that the teachings of Iron say that this life is but a cocoon, and that you are in this cocoon until you die. When you die in the grace of Iron, you become something more beautiful.
What kind of weapons are you using with?
I'm gonna
A
turn
lot.
into kissing.
I can go with daggers. Oh,
Just take it. I got
Here, I'm gonna
Wait.
kiss in my mouth.
okay, where did you
my fish hook weapon.
Oh, okay.
Because I have magic.
You have your blade.
Would that be a finesse weapon?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's
It's a 1d8 finesse weapon.
It's basically just a curved spear that it's a pole with a curved sickle on the end of it, but it's a long. Instead of it being a one-handed sickle, it's just a curved sickle blade. Not as big as a scythe, not as small as a sickle.
Mm-hmm.
Could I fashion a sling out of some nearby stuff?
Sure.
With that, could I?
It's used for gutting fish. To hang the fish up, they hook it. Slice.
So just make
I-
this.
You also have a, when you're using it, you also have a trip action that you do.
A trick?
Yeah, you can trip it with it.
Okay.
Trick action.
You can do that with a lot of long.
Alright, well, with that, could I try to improvise like a dagger to go along? Or do I not know how to?
Like a
Like-
stake.
No, I'm thinking like trying to have like a branch, I guess, but then trying to lock the ends of it so it can be sharp.
Could you
So
just
a
use one of the
stake.
kitchen knives?
Steak.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of.
Wooden steak.
I want to say,
What are you gonna carve it with?
The fishing pole, the
Yeah.
pole I just gave him.
could I try to do that?
It's a sickle.
Yeah, simple weapon. 1d2 damage.
1d2.
My sling is 1d4. I'm hucking it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That works.
Giant splinter.
Very giant split.
Sharp against fingers, but I don't know about.
I roll 1d2.
You flip a coin.
You flip a coin, or you roll a 4 and a 1 and a 2 or 1, and 4 and a 3 or 2.
Okay.
Or you do this.
Two.
What?
That works.
So, shall we go? Are you ready?
I got a sling, got a burlap sack on me, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You would be
Oh, wait, I don't have my, what is
You
my
don't have
thieves'
your thieves'
tools.
tool.
Yeah.
You don't
You
have
can
the-
still lock it, it's just.
Not only is it locked, but the 2 of you sense that it's magically locked.
What do you know?
It's an
Oh.
arcane lock.
Do we use our panda to disarm the wall?
It's a spell.
I have arcane eye.
You have to spell magic. You just spell it. Or the rogue can pick it.
Without,
He's got picking tools. can improvise picking tools with things that are around the
Was there another way?
your wooden stake.
Yeah.
Just start
right
like
with the one stake.
You'll be picking with disadvantage.
Okay. That'd be a
Oh, I know.
oh, there's cinnamon bears.
I wish they were covered in chocolate.
Yeah, I can't handle cinnamon bears.
okay.
I like them. It's just my mouth don't like it.
Alright. So I got a 14. So that's 15.
They have Oreo crumbs on them.
Oh, that's
Oh,
what
that's
that is. Okay.
You'll pass me one with an Oreo crumb on it.
There's a lot of them in here. I was curious what that was.
Alright, so I rolled a 14. First I got 15 and 14.
Okay. Yeah, amazingly enough, the rogue.
What the heck?
Yes.
The lock open.
How? Yeah, amazingly enough, he carved his thieves' tools out of sticks in the woods. He carved them just right. Must have recognized the magic symbol on them or something.
Okay. Something.
And he pulls off an amazing lock at the feet. Door opens. The room is lit by a prismatic color spray of continual flame braziers that have been lit around the room. There's a red, a yellow, a green, a blue, a purple, an orange. And these six. Yeah. And these six braziers that hang from the ceiling in this room. This dome with this golden glow, and there's a globe that hangs from the center of it. Appears to be made of pure gold. About 3 feet around.
You know, I'm not
Like
even
a
gonna be mad if you take it this time.
Like a sun. The floor is covered
What?
in this white.
No,